Hey there, Luxo lovers! Today on Luxo-Life, we're going to be talking about the top 15 asset classes and sectors that are performing well this 2024. Because let's face it, the economy today has been a wild ride, and with the elections around the corner, everyone's eyes are on the market. But here's the scoop, not everything's in the red. We've pinpointed the top spots that are actually doing well, and we're going to spill all the details. Forget about the economic noise for a second and join us as we spotlight where your money could be winning. Stick with us to the end. We've got some serious tips that could make a real difference in your wallet. Trust me, you'll want to hear this. So grab your notepad and let's jump right in. It's time to get smart with your investments in 2024. Starting off our list at number 15, we've got something that may not sound flashy, but it's solid gold in the financial world. Businesses that prioritize profit, also known as business equity. Imagine a business that's more about keeping the cash flowing in than splurging it. That's the dream, right? Well, it's also what's catching the eye of big-time investors. We're talking about those set-it-and-forget-it companies that might not make headlines but are the backbone of a stable portfolio. Owning a slice of these cash cows can give you that extra peace of mind. But it's not all smooth sailing. The rise costs from suppliers and the increasing price of goods are squeezing the budget. The key is having a team that brings more to the table than their paycheck demands. Rolling in at number 14 is good old cash. In today's whirlwind economy, holding on to your dollars is like having a secret weapon. The mantra for the cash savvy? Skip the splurge. If you've got cash, you're holding a rare commodity that could open doors to deals others can only dream of. Now's not the time to go on a spending spree. Instead, be ready to pounce on opportunities with that cash reserve. With inflation seeming to take a breather, clutch into your greenbacks a bit longer. We're in a unique window where cash isn't just king, it's the ace in the hole. Keep it stashed, and when the market's ripe, that cash could turn into your golden ticket. Sliding into number 13 is the digital gold rush. Bitcoin. Yeah, we've got cash and Bitcoin playing for the same team here. It's a bit of a head spinner, considering Bitcoin's roller coaster ride from $17,000 to a whopping $44,000 last year. But hold on, because this year, the Bitcoin world braces for another halving. A tech tweak that slashes minor rewards and makes each new Bitcoin harder and pricier to mine. This usually sends prices through the roof, although some are betting that this jump is already reflected in the current price. Skeptics and fans are locked in debate, but for those who bet in Bitcoin, many are keeping their stash locked away in cold storage, betting on the long game. At number 12, we're zoning in on strategic real estate. Now, this isn't about just any old property. We're talking prime real estate that stands out from the crowd. The sort of places where businesses, always on the hunt for cost-saving moves, are eager to set up shop. With companies often quick to swap out pricey offices for more wallet-friendly spaces, top-tier commercial spots are gold. But here's the kicker. If it's mediocre or out of the way, landlords might be in for a tough time. And what about Airbnbs? With travel taking a hit, only the cream de la cream of listings will rake in the cash, while the rest could be left scrambling for guests. As we slide into number 11, let's talk about art. And not just any scribbles on canvas, but the kind that has the rich and the savvy investors talking. In the high-stakes game of wealth, recessions don't shake the top tier. Instead, they shuffle some extraordinary art back onto the market as the affluent liquidate and regroup. The art scene isn't just for the ultra-rich anymore, with new enthusiasts jumping in. Sotheby's report a 60% spike in bids for high-value art. And guess what? You don't need to have deep pockets or insider connections anymore, thanks to platforms like Masterworks, which is democratizing the art investment game. They've been on a roll, dishing out over $45 million in returns to investors. This community has had the inside track for over a year, snagging priority access to invest in art that has historically outpaced the stock market. Hitting the top 10, we have investments abroad. If your local real estate market feels more like a billionaire's playground, we're nodding at you, Canada and the UK. It might be time to passport your investments. Right now, Spain and Portugal are the hot spots in Europe. Imagine snagging a seaside apartment for the price of a luxury car or a house with land for less than a Silicon Valley parking spot. Remember how a decade or two ago, early birds hit it big in Asia and the Middle East. Today, the smart money is moving to South America. Think about owning a slice of paradise in Cartagena for less than the price of a new SUV. That's right. Places like Colombia and Ecuador are on the upswing, and for those looking to get in on the ground floor, there's potential for a real estate gold rush that's just waiting to be tapped. Now at number 9, let's not overlook the everyday heroes of the market, consumer staples. We're talking about the basic necessities that people can't live without, even when the budget is tight. These are the stocks that tend to not just endure, but actually flourish when the economy is feeling the squeeze. Business Insider threw a spotlight on these unsung champs, revealing that over a quarter century, they've outperformed the broader market by a staggering 49%. And that's largely thanks to their resilience during economic downturns. So if you're playing the long game in the stock market, casting your lot with consumer staples might be the steady hand you need during these roller coaster times. Number 8 on our list is about getting smart with your investments through financial indexes or ETFs, but only the ones that make sense to you. Here's the deal. It's often a better play to pool your money into a few stocks or ETFs you really believe in rather than spreading it thin. Big names like Vanguard Large Cap ETF or Aventis International Equity ETF might ring a bell, along with emerging market options like Avid or a China-focused ETF. And let's not forget the steady allure of fixed income ETFs. Our strategy? We're all about indexes, regularly dollar cost averaging into our picks. And when the market dips, we sit as a clearance sale and buy even more. It's a method that keeps our portfolios healthy through thick and thin. Coming in at number 7, we're zooming in on the health sector. This isn't just about your regular over-the-counter meds. We're talking about big pharma and health-centric subscriptions that have become almost as routine as morning coffee. The pursuit of longevity is not just a fad, it's where the big money is flowing, especially with innovations like NSF reshaping the weight loss scene. Here's a not-so-fun fact. During tough economic times, people often opt for cheaper, lower-quality food, which, you guessed it, leads to a spike in health issues. And what's the go-to solution? More pills, more subscriptions to health services, and a greater reliance on pharmaceuticals. It's a cycle that keeps the health sector's cash registers ringing. Halfway there at number 6, do-it-yourself services that help save or generate money are the name of the game. With the rise of side hustles, any platforms that can pad out their income is poised for success. Think of a revamped Groupon or a cost-effective twist on Airbnb. These are the kinds of services that could take off. And it's not just about making extra cash. It's also about getting financially savvy. People are gone with living from one holiday to the next, essentially from deal to deal. Taking control of your finances means understanding the flow of money and taking concrete steps toward financial freedom. Gliding into number 5, let's talk about the timeless value of precious metals. Gold isn't just an ancient relic, it's a modern investor's ally, keeping pace with the S&P 500 and serving as a solid hedge when markets wobble. In recessionary climates, gold has been known to outshine stocks by a wide margin. And let's be real, there's something undeniably cool about being able to actually hold a bar of gold in your hands. Plus, with today's trading platforms, buying gold is as easy as trading stocks, so it's worth considering adding some shine to your portfolio. Number 4 in our lineup is the ever tumultuous gas and oil sector. We've been wary of its wild swings, but let's give credit where it's due. Those who braved the storm have reaped considerable rewards recently, and they're not showing signs of slowing down as we head into 2024. Despite the buzz around renewables, which we'll get to in a moment, our world still runs largely in oil and gas. And as distasteful as it may be, conflict often spells profit for energy commodities. With the tension simmering on the global stage, the oil and gas markets could be poised for another lucrative year for those with the stomach for it. At number 3, we're shining a light on solar and renewable energy. This isn't just a fleeting trend, it's a slow and steady race that's set to pay off big time in the coming decades. The shift is palpable. From individuals investing in solar panels and batteries to reduce future expenses, to businesses navigating carbon taxes and pivoting towards eco-friendly operations. The move to electric is more than just a trend. It's a fundamental shift in how we consume energy, driven by both environmental necessity and economic incentive. Those who can afford the initial investment are setting themselves up for a future with lower utility bills and a smaller carbon footprint, making solar a smart play for the long game. As for number 2, let's talk about the fascinating world of international currencies. Yes, the dollar might seem like it's king, but here's an undercurrent you should be aware of. With the US money printers working overtime, the dollar has started to slip against other strong currencies. Take the Swiss franc, the British pound, and the euro for instance. They're all holding their own against the dollar. Diversifying your savings into different currencies might sound like a move reserved for the jet set, but it's actually a savvy defense strategy for anyone looking to protect their nest egg from the diluting effects of inflation. It's about being currency smart in a world where the value of money is constantly in flux. And finally, number 1 on our list is the economic potential of cheap labor or immigrant human capital. It's a hard truth, but there will always be someone willing to work for less, often much less, because of their circumstances. This economic migration is a powerful force that shapes industries and entire economies. As businesses continue to seek cost-effective solutions, the demand for skilled yet affordable labor is climbing. It's not just about filling positions. It's about understanding the market's valuation of labor, which often differs from government-set standards. These workers become crucial cogs in the economic machine, not only contributing to the country they work in, but also supporting families and communities back home. The impact of this human capital is vast, extending far beyond individual earnings to influence global economic trends. And there you have it, everyone, a rundown of the top assets and sectors that are shaking things up this year. From the solid ground of strategic real estate to the digital vaults of Bitcoin and the transformative energy of solar power, we've covered a landscape of opportunities that could redefine your financial future. Now, we've got to ask, which of these sectors do you see as a dark horse that could surprise us all by the end of the year? Drop your bets in the comments below and let's get the conversation started. Before you click away, take a second to hit that like button. It's the easiest way to show us some love and keep these insights coming. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the wealth of knowledge we're dishing out every week. Don't forget, the learning doesn't stop here. There's a suggested video queued up just for you, ready to deep dive into more financial wisdom, so make sure to check that out and keep the momentum going. Thanks for joining us for today's video. And remember, in the vast universe of finance, staying informed is your ultimate power move. Until next time, bye!